Quality sleep is a foundation stone to optimised well-being. How well did you sleep last night? Hello, you're listening to Well Intel Daily. I'm Annie Hood. This is the podcast that showcases why wellbeing culture matters for you and your business. You can be sleep deprived without knowing it. But if you're using a clinical grade wearable like First Beat, you'll actually know whether you're getting recovery during sleep or whether, despite being asleep, your body isn't moving into parasympathetic engagement, meaning that it stays in fight or flight state, often because of alcohol or coffee consumption late in the day or stress. But unless you measure it, you might imagine that the 7 to 8 hours you've had means you're all good. Now, a recent study in sleep deprivation suggests that AI can tell from the timbre and tone of your voice if you are quality sleep deprived. Because whether you've had 7 hours or 3 hours, if your recovery in the 7 hours hasn't materialised, your body will feel like it's only had 3. So how does it work? How does the AI detect that we haven't had enough sleep? Well, when we're sleep deprived, the inflammation in the body increases. And the researchers think that particular inflammation in the throat and nose cause the change of tone in voice. In addition, of course, there's cognitive fatigue, as you might expect if you haven't had a lot of sleep. Respiratory infection, shouting a lot can also affect tone of voice. But right now, the research is showing a 77% indicator of being able to detect through the tone and timbre of voice whether you've had enough sleep. And they're progressing that research to make it more accurate and more reliable. And the takeaways here are twofold. Number one is the prevention of illness through knowing you're sleep deprived. It depletes the body physiologically and can lead to a host of issues. And it also provides a notion of greater responsibility for one's own health. And I'm considering aloud here the quid pro quo of investment in personal well-being by employers. And as this comes more commonplace, and it will, as well as having the advantage as an employee of being invested in by your employer for your own well-being, there's also greater obligation for you and I as employees to prioritise our own health. And that quid pro quo that I mentioned is, in a way, a redrafting of that contract between employers and employees. If I were the employer investing a lot of money into each employee and I could see someone wasn't looking after themselves, I'm wondering to myself how that would play out. What do you think? Tomorrow, wise words from Karen Brady, and may I invite you to follow, share and review, and of course, be well.